This is the 38th LeetCode challenge and it is called Count and Say. The count and say sequence is a sequence of digit strings defined by the recursive formula. Count and say 1 equals 1. So count and say n is the way you would say the digit string from count and say n minus 1, which is then converted into a different digit string. To determine how you say a digit string, split it into the minimum number of substrings such that each substring contains exactly one unique digit. Then for each substring, say the number of digits, then say the digit. Finally concatenate every said digit. So if you have 3322251 as a number, okay, so there are 2 3s, 3 2s, 1 5, and 1 1. So 2 3 3 2 1 5 1 1. So that adds to itself like that as a string. So given a positive integer n, return the nth term of the count and say sequence. So if n equals 1, you just return 1. If n equals 4, it's 1 2 1 1. So if you get 4, you start at 1. So 1 is 1, then 2. Okay, so the first one is just 1, and then from every number onwards, it's when you do count and say. So that is 1 1. So that would return 11 because 1 1. So then you go here 3. You have the numbers 11, which is 2 1s, so 21. Then 4, which is the number 21. You have 1 2 and 1 1. So the output would be 1 2 1 1 or 1211. Okay, let's get started. So I guess the way to do this, let's just do if n equals 1, return 1. I should change these expected outputs here to be a string. Okay, so let's say num equal int num equals 1. And this will be for int I equals 2. I is less than or equal to n I plus plus. And what we will do, actually it might be easier to keep this as a string so we can go over each character in the string. And we want to keep track of the numbers. So we start off with the total amount of numbers and then the number in a row. Then it'll be total amount of numbers, the number in a row. So we could do a list of ints. We'll do numbers equals new list. And we'll start off with numbers dot add 1, and then we add num dot substring 0 1. So we got that now. Then we'll do for int j equals 1. J is less than num dot length j plus plus, and we'll do if num, so we'll do int current num equals this. I will chuck that over here, put current num here, and do this. Then this will be from j onwards. If current num equals numbers, can we do -1? If it equals that, then numbers 2 plus plus. I don't know if you can actually do like -1, -2. No, you can do that in Python. So -1 will be the end of the list. This will be second from end, but after test, see. So if the previous number is the current number, we then add to 2 back. So this will be 1 1. And let's say it's 11. It will then be 2 1. Yep. Else we then do this again. Then when we're outside of here, we do num equals string dot join numbers. Does that work? Okay. And then when we're outside of this one, we return num. I think that's all that needs to be done. Let's run it and see if it works. Okay, so you can't do that. Do int length equals numbers count. Then we'll do length -1, length -2. Okay, run it. Oh, and that seems to have worked. So what we'll do is copy this code and put it into LeetCode. So do that, run on the test ones just to make sure that did work, and let's submit. Okay, cool, that worked. And my solution apparently beat 100% of the solutions, which is interesting to see. Cool. So that is the 38th LeetCode challenge called Count and Say. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe.